And welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Billy and Barry and Sophia here with you to break down this 4-3 thrilling of a game between the Minnesota Wild and Boston Bruins, but it's the Wild that win in overtime. Guys, the goaltending, the action, the missed chances on both ends, and the score and the goals that we saw. Thing of beauty. How'd you feel the Bruins played tonight?
Well, it was thrilling until the end, right?
Yeah, of course. But I mean, like, if you bought a ticket.
How do I think they played? I thought they were at an excellent second period, and that was awesome. So,
yeah.
I thought they were great there. We're going to talk about them not being able to extend the lead when it was 2-1. The third period had moments of, I guess feast or famine. They got some good opportunities, but then they were really stuck in their own zone for a long time.
Unbelievable.
Well, both goalies were.
Well, they were both. You're right.
But the third periods, I mean, obvious comment right here. We can't not be addressed now, Bear. They got to figure out a way to put games away.
No, and as Brick had said coming out early in that third, kind of his mantra was be aggressive. Be aggressive with the puck. And I think too many times you have too many mistakes where little things where guys are missing the net, and then all of a sudden everybody gets caught. It's a situation where you got to play a little bit more higher percentage. But to your original point, Sophia, unbelievably entertaining hockey game with energy, physicality, a little edge. You had a little bit of a playoff feel to it.
Well, no doubt. But yes, I couldn't agree more. But what everybody's going to remember is how the Bruins had that lead, and then the third period comes, and then they give it up, and then they end up losing in overtime.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to say, wait, your goalie is playing so well, you can't waste that. Oh my God, was he good? And so was Marc-Andre Fleury. For an old guy, played like a young one.
And by the way, this is the 6th overtime loss this season for the Boston Bruins. That leads the league in that. Anyhow, let's take a look, and this is also their 4th straight with the extra frame. We remember that loss on Saturday as well, then that thrilling shootout win to the Islanders, and then, of course, going back to New Jersey, there was a loss there. But speaking of this being a loss, let's show you the game-winning goal, who, by the way, Kaprizov had a 6-game, I believe, yes, 6-game consecutive without scoring, so made it up in this one with 2.
Yeah, Jake DeBrusk misses the net, and I think, he was feeling it in the sense of Barry. He wants to score so badly. He hasn't scored lately, and while he's done some other things that have been good, this is a play where he's like, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make a difference. And he just misses the net by not a little bit, a lot, and it absolutely starts the Wild on a 3-on-1 the other way. Faber was the third player right there. He misses it. I'm not sure if Faber deflects it or not, but watch Kaprizov dishes and then drives wide. That opens up the lane, and there comes Faber.
Yeah, he opens up. What a great pass by Eriksson Ek to a nice give and go right here with speed. Let me just freeze a defenseman, open up, and bang. This line was really good. Their top line was good tonight. Really good.
Barry, it felt like, look, they come off a loss last night. They were down 3-0. They are 4-0. They scored 3 goals. They almost get a point out of Pitt. They know that they're missing 3 big guys.
Yeah.
3 big guys in this lineup. You could see them when it's 2-1 in the third, and they're pushing. They're like, we're going to be fine, guys. Hey, look, we're going to get this. Is a short roadie. Let's just do it. And they had the attitude of, even though they were losing, they had the attitude that they were in charge, and the Bruins had the attitude of, whoa, we're holding on for dear life.
And then what happens when you have the injuries? What do you look for? You look goaltenders to pick it up, and Fleury was exceptionally good tonight.
Yeah, if I'm John Hines, I'm proud of that team for what they did. They bucked up in that game. They really did.
And you guys said pregame with an injured team, wounded animal. Is that what you said, Barry? Yeah, they're going to be hungry and aggressive. Well, it did go to overtime. The Bruins did get a point out of this one thanks to Brad Marchand tying it. Guys, that scrum in front was long.
It was
loose for a while.
Yeah, they had to get on it, and the save that Fleury makes over here on Geekie on an unbelievable pass, and Geekie keeps it alive not once but twice, and all of a sudden I was a little surprised there wasn't a whistle. You couldn't see it, but there it was loose, and Marchand stayed on it with about 1:06 left, ties it up. This place went crazy, and you felt pretty good about the momentum you had.
Well, you're going to see Morgan Geekie not once but twice keep it alive with good, clean stick work. I mean, he gets the stick down very strong. Right there, keeps it alive. Marchand helps try. And now Middleton's going to try and kick it with his skate. Here comes Geekie again, pushes it away. Really good intensity right here, just under the skate of Middleton. Marchand's going to corral it. Half a breath, not even. Puts it into the net. And you make a good point that I think is worth commending the official, Barry, because we'll give it to him. when they deserve it. But we should also give this guy, the official that's down on the line, I didn't see which one of the two it was, but he waited, found it, moved around the net to make sure that he didn't prematurely blow the play dead.
Yeah, you can see him in behind, Billy. To your point, he comes all the way around and he gets real close and down into the play to make sure that it did stay loose.
I was thinking the same thing because from back here, I was like, are they going to blow the whistle? But good job tracking that puck.
Yeah.
And it's loose, so you can't blow the play dead. All right, so we've talked about this throughout the season, and that is closing out games. The Bruins just leading by a goal, so it's not like it's 3, but still had several chances to go up 3-1 and kind of, you know, pad the lead there. But unfortunately,
but it's also the second game in a row we talked about last game, Billy, where early in the third you have a 1-goal lead.
Yep.
And you don't score in the power play twice to make it a 2-goal lead in both games, and it come back to bite you. You had your chances, but you had great goaltending. Again, we talk about Allmark was great, but Fleury was unbelievable with these saves. Bruins had some great high-quality chances. And again, you're not putting yourself in that 2-goal lead. You're making it so that all of a sudden one mistake, and it's a tie game.
Again, they had moments in that third of real goodness. I mean, we're seeing some stuff here. They missed the net. I mean, that's going to happen a couple of times, but it was just kind of stark. They really did some good things. Fleury was up to the task, but because if you really think about it, because it was all said and done, that Fleury was able to hold the fort for them.
Yeah.
That was it. He just kept them in the game. And then they kept believing. And they knew as soon as they could get one past Allmark, who was marvelous as well, I think they felt that they kind of had control.
Well, and how many times, especially early on in the season, have we said that both Allmark and Swayman have played spectacular and allowed the Bruins to kind of claw their way back in when they didn't have their A game early on or something, you know?
Was this probably the best, well, definitely this year, 2-goalie performance from each team? I'm trying. I mean, my memory stinks.
And it's not
right
just
now.
the numbers.
No, it's the way,
the
style.
Spectacular saves from the sides. The goaltenders going lateral, left to right, and the saves. You must have. I was close to probably needed some ice bags on the old groins today because you were laying flat out.
Yeah.
Well, let's show you a little bit more from Marc-Andre Fleury, the veteran netminder, and some of his moves on the night, guys. He was just excellent.
Now remember, this is a guy that didn't play in Pittsburgh last night where he started his legendary career, and that could. We don't know if it's his last time or not. He's not worried about that yet, but he supported his coach and said, okay, right move, Gustafson's playing great. Well, he rewarded his team with saves like this tonight. This was vintage Marc-Andre Fleury. Jack talked about it, Hall of Fame bound, no question about it.
Look at that.
He was on, and he was spectacular. He is known as a very athletic netminder. He has a lot of personality on and off the ice, and here he deserves the star of the game.
The Subaru star of the game.
Subaru star of the game. Thank you very much. I mean, the way that he was in control there. They needed this, Barry, again, because with no Spurgeon, no Brodin, no Matt Zuccarello, they needed this kind of effort.
And he needed it as well. I mean, he's lost, 4 of the last 5 games, so he really needed to kind of get back in the coach's good grace as well and say, hey, don't forget about me. I know Gustafson's been our man, but I'm here as well.
Yeah.
Well, the Veteran Netminder is presented by VA New England. If you or a loved one served this country, get the health benefits you've earned and deserve. Call 844-VA-CARES. So to the other side, Linus Allmark also, we saw a couple of those double saves. I heard Jack and Brick saying toe saves. He was great.
Especially here in the third period when you start to feel the ice. After we showed all those chances, and then the ice kind of started to tilt a little bit against the Bruins. Allmark was spectacular, controlling rebounds. And again, some toe saves that he made. The save he made on Middleton right there. Oh, my goodness gracious. And he was able to hold it. And a couple of times, Billy, you can see in this shift here, one of the problems the Bruins are having in the third period, you're getting caught out there too long. They're getting tired. And all of a sudden, that shift that's 30 to 45 becomes a minute and a half.
Yeah. What comes first, though?
Yeah.
Not getting the puck out or being a little too passive in the middle or the long shift. I'm not sure. They both probably happened. But Linus saved their you-know-whats at times until finally he could save no more. Yeah. And then finally it was all about Minnesota.
Poet a little.
Well, absolutely awful one, yes. But all of a sudden, as soon as they tied it up at 2, the euphoria from them, they were crazy. And you could see them coming again. Just seconds later, they score that next one. And Linus was still doing his job. Yeah. I mean, but he can only do so much.